Hello. All right, so I guess I have to get you guys all caught up with what's going on with the pregnancy. As you can see, it's just me. Missy has been so extremely busy with work. It's been nonstop for her, plus her training and all that stuff. So whenever she gets home, we usually just spend time together and relax or run around like crazy. So I'm at home right now. I decided to update you guys with what's going on with the pregnancy. As you can see, I've been doing nothing but relaxing with my dog, who is a bum, who's on the couch. Shouldn't be on the couch, but anyways. So I've been doing a lot of relaxing. If you follow me on Instagram or at sandraray.com, you were updated a couple of days ago with what's been going on with my pregnancy. But of course, I have to update you guys on YouTube. I swear we will get better at YouTube, I promise you. So a couple weeks ago, I got extremely sick. So sick to the point where I was just miserable. Couldn't breathe out of my nose. It was just all congested, and I couldn't breathe out of my chest. That was like all tight and everything too. I lost my voice. It was just really, really bad. Everything was all stuffed up and I couldn't take it anymore. I had this wicked cough to the point where it was just like so out of control. Missy and I both weren't sleeping at night. So I finally went to the doctors. When you're pregnant, unfortunately, you can't really take anything. It sucks. So what they gave me was amoxicillin to try to knock it out in a couple of days. I was told to stay home and relax, so I was home for a couple of days, taking the amoxicillin. Honestly, felt like I was getting worse. The cough was just so aggressive. My nose, nothing was coming out of me. We were using every home remedy you could think of. Missy was at the store every single day trying to find something that would relieve the congestion for me. She got saline nasal spray. We did the humidifier. We did the salt water, like gargle that for my throat, which by the way, I told Missy it was a bad idea. I was like, I can't do salt water. It's so gross to me. As soon as I put it in my mouth, I threw up all over the bathroom. So we tried almost everything at home and nothing was working. So I was like, whatever. My doctor was just like, wait it out. I promise you, you know, it sucks, but just wait it out. So a couple days went by, just relaxing. I missed one of the biggest events at work. For the past 8 years I've been at this event, but I missed it and it's outside in the heat, so it probably wouldn't have been good for me anyways. So I missed that, and I was just literally laying here on my couch in my bed with my dog, just relaxing, kind of miserable, honestly. I'm somebody that is nonstop, that wants to do something constantly, needs to be out of the house, all that great stuff. Finally, one day I was coughing and I had such bad cramps in my lower stomach area where it was kind of freaking me out. I was like, I feel like my coughing is so aggressive that it's hurting the twins. Everything I read online, which good and bad, sometimes you shouldn't even read anything online, but everything I was reading online, they were like, oh, you can't hurt the babies when you're sick, blah, 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 blah. I called my doctor and I was like, listen, I'm cramping really, really bad. Cramping is usually normal during pregnancy, but this was like out of control cramping. It hurt so bad. So we went to the hospital. That's why hospitals are there, to go get checked out. We went to the hospital and they checked the baby's heartbeats, perfectly fine. You know, they both had a heartbeat. They were both moving around. We could hear them on the monitors moving like crazy, which was great. And then they tried to do a transvaginal ultrasound just to look to see what was going on. And I felt so bad for the tech that was doing the ultrasound because I could not stop coughing. I could not stop, you know, like sneezing, and I felt so bad, but I was like, put on a mask, girl. I don't want to get you sick. So as she was doing the transvaginal ultrasound, I could barely breathe. Laying on my back, or laying on your back being pregnant kind of sucks anyways. But being sick on top of that, oh my dear God, I can't even explain how terrible it was. I'm, you know, over-exaggerating a little bit, but it was so bad. After the transvaginal ultrasound, we had to wait for the results. The results came in. The doctor came in with some other doctors, and when I saw the doctor in the face like that she had, and then the other doctors surrounding her, kind of freaked out. I was like, what's happening? What's wrong? Like, why are there so many doctors in here right now? So basically what they said was that my cervix was shrinking. And what they mean by shrinking is that basically your body is going or preparing to go into labor, usually when that happens. And my cervix was at like a 3.2. They measure your cervix like in the beginning and kind of throughout your pregnancy. So they measured it and it was like in the threes, which is good. But it dropped down to like a 2.1, which is right when it's around 2 centimeters, the doctors kind of start, being concerned a little bit, because preterm delivery and preterm labor is like, the numbers are really, really high if your cervix starts drastically dropping like that. So they were kind of concerned that, my babies were gonna come at 21 weeks. And that kind of freaked us out. We were talking about the survival rate for the twins was at 25%. Missy and I were like looking at each other like, what are we gonna do? Freaking out, crying, like losing it. The hospital sent us home and put me on bed rest until I saw my high-risk doctor, Dr. Humphreys at Florida Hospital, who is absolutely amazing. I am gonna miss her after this pregnancy, but they said, do not do anything when you go home after you leave the hospital. Sit on your couch, lay on your bed, don't do anything until you see her. So a couple days went by, 3 days went by doing nothing. Missy and I played Jenga, we played board games, we played all these games, and we were losing it. And Missy is just like me. She wants to constantly do something, and I felt so bad because she was just laying right here on the couch with me. We were sitting here for a couple days doing absolutely nothing. Missy catered to me, did everything she possibly could. We saw the doctor. Dr. Humphreys came in, they did the anatomy for the babies. The babies are looking great, growing, like they're supposed to. And then it was time to check my cervix. My cervix, of course, was short. It was around the 2.1, 2.0 centimeters, which again is a short cervix. You're supposed to be in the threes. And so we were talking about all of the options that we have. Having twins, that kind of rules out a lot of things like the cerclage, which I know a lot of you have heard of, which is a stitch that you have to get put in under anesthesia. They put you under, go in and stitch you up right by your cervix, so it kind of like keeps your cervix from shrinking some more and opening and funneling and all that. So they ruled that out for me because I have twins. Next thing was a pessary. This is what the pessary looks like. I'll show you a picture. I took a picture of it. Kind of freaked me out because I was like, how the hell are you gonna put that up in me? But she told me the procedure, how it works. They like clamp it down, go inside you, put it around the cervix, and then it pops open around your cervix, and it stays in place to keep the cervix from shrinking some more and from opening and funneling. So this is just what I learned from my doctor. I am not a doctor, so if you have a short cervix or an incompetent cervix, make sure you talk to them. Don't take my advice or anything or what I'm saying. Talk to your doctor. But this is what they did for me. They put the pessary in, and the length of my cervix, it looked like it grew, not drastically, but it grew bigger, longer than what it was before. So it was from like a 2.0 to like a 2.5 or something. So it jumped up, which was great. And on top of that, they put me on progesterone, which I had to use in the beginning of my pregnancy. A lot of women have to use progesterone. It's said to help fight preterm delivery and miscarriages and all of that. So every single night I have to do a vaginal insert of progesterone to, hopefully stop preterm delivery. So everything up until that point has been great. That's kind of just like where we're at now. I had to call my doctor a couple of days after they put the pessary in because I was like, oh my goodness, there's so much pressure in my rectal area. I don't know if I'm constipated or what the heck is going on. So I called my doctor and she's like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to feel like. You're gonna get used to it, or it's gonna slowly start fading away, that pressure, because it is sitting kind of on your rectal area. But you know what? If it's doing its job, I will deal with the pressure, because she told the stories of some women that had the pessary taken out, and their water broke right after that, and they went into, you know, labor, and they gave birth. So she was giving us all these stats on pessaries, and it could either do nothing for you or it could help you. So there was no harm whatsoever that could happen to your body by putting a pessary inside of you. It's pretty exciting to know that there are things like a pessary out there, and doctors like Dr. Humphrey at Florida Hospital for Women. She is an amazing doctor, and we were freaking out, but they have definitely calmed us down a lot. And I just want to say I appreciate all of your messages and emails and DMs of people that were pregnant with twins that delivered way early, people that are twins that deliver or that came into this world at like what, 27 weeks, 28 weeks. I saw some people. It's scary, but you know, like I said, thank God we have these doctors and these things that they have invented, like pessaries, which is pretty great. But yeah, so I'm sorry if that was a long rant or a lot of talking on my part, but I just wanted to update you guys on what is going on. And today I am 24 weeks, so I guess I should show you my baby bump. I feel like I haven't showed you guys in a couple weeks. So I am 24 weeks, like I said. This is it. Yep. So they're growing. She is down here and he is like more up here, but she is sitting so low, and I don't know if that has to do with why my cervix is shrinking because she is so low. But sometimes I feel like when I go to the bathroom that she's gonna like fall out of me. But yeah, she's down low, he's up top, and they're healthy. They headbutt each other all the time and play with each other when we do the ultrasounds and we see them. So yeah, everything looks good to go from here. Let's just hope that they stay in there and bake longer. And thank you guys for everything, for following our journey and your messages and all of that. Hopefully the next video will have Missy in it. All right, so yeah, thanks guys.